So the movements, as I was showing you, is a simple. Okay, I'm bending my arms and I'm moving my fist in a palmward direction. Okay, to a count of 50. Then, second movement would be straightening my arms and moving my fist in a knuckleward position. And if I move my head against the direction of the movement of my hand, then I'm causing a very powerful muscle contraction to take place in my neck muscles. Okay, so the other upper body movement would be side to side. So I'm doing a lateral raise with my arms, straightening and bending it with the other. So there's a combination of straightening and bending my arms. Feet movements, lower body leg movements are raising my toes, shifting my weight to one side or the other, and the foot that's not supporting any weight is allowed to articulate the foot movement as much as possible because there's no resistance to doing so. Okay? So I'm shifting my weight from one side to the other, and the foot that's not supporting any weight is articulating a toe raise. And the other movement of the foot and legs is raising the heel. And one of the easiest ways to effect that movement is simply by turning my head simultaneously. Okay, that's the easy way. I mean, I could stand here with my head still and do this, that, and that works too. But see, it's much easier for me to just simply initiate the whole movement by doing this. And I'm getting two with one at this point. So the 6 basic movements the person has to do is move the extremities in both directions. So with the head, that's up and down, up and down, up and down, side to side, side to side, side to side. With the hands, a fist, moving palmward, moving knuckleward, palmward, knuckleward, palmward, knuckleward. And it doesn't matter, there's a version in which you do it with your arms straight or having your arms bent, which is simply moving palmward, bending my arms. And I can also do this movement moving knuckleward, arms bent. The foot movement is, again, as I showed, is back and forth, raising my toes. Raising my toes. See, that's the raising of the toes causes all the muscles to contract. And that's what people are not aware of. They think that they have to bend their legs. But see, there is no healthy, helpful movement in which you're starting with the deep knee bend, which is the tendons and the ligaments of your knees hyperextended, stretched, and then trying to produce the explosive movement or contraction. See, that movement from a hyperextended position to a contracted position causes an injury, causes the muscle to contract violently, to pull the tendon and the ligaments that are not in a position of structural strength. But if I just do a slight knee dip, directly onto my toes, slight knee dip, directly onto my toes, that is the universal, useful, safe movement of the legs. And one of the disadvantages, and actually the apprehensions of doing exercise, is the fact that a person doing so will eventually become injured and then have to cease their activity and then they get out of the habit of exercising. Instead of, can you never get injury because you're always doing safe movements. Movements that are not only safe but actually increase your optimal functioning in every area of your body, and particularly of the most essential and useful organs of the body, which are in the head, the hands, and the feet. Which most people just kind of think of as, okay, these are little stubs. These are little stubs that I carry around with me. And then even if they claim that they're walking 1 hour a day, they're just shuffling their feet without any kind of foot movement. But it's the range of movement that's taking place at the foot, at the hands, at the head, that implies the health of the core muscles. Because the core muscles are attached to the muscles at the extremities. But if you don't actively direct the flow and attention to the extremities and producing a pump at the extremities, so you're aiding the heart in pumping the blood back towards the heart. Because the heart only has the ability to affect the circulation out to the extremities. And if you're not pushing the blood back to the heart with voluntary movements, then the fluids that are already at your extremities, which is that bloated look that most fat people or diseased people, unhealthy people that look that they have, the bloated look, it's obviously because the fluid that's resident at their extremities and not being pushed back towards the heart to be purified, to be filtered by all their internal organs. And once you effect and optimize that function as it was meant to be, naturally, there is a health-producing effect of simply in people maintaining the muscularity, their cardiovascular conditioning that supports that neurological functioning. But if people never cause any kind of exercise to be occurring at their extremities, of course they're going to lose those faculties. So, but if you maintain the movements at the extremities, it implies that the neuromuscular pathways, the cardiovascular system has to be maintained. But not if you just simply, okay, I'm running here, and where's the movement occurring? The movement is slightly occurring at my shoulders. So it's a very narrow pathway, and doing nothing to produce the fullest range of circulation that is going to produce my optimal health. Okay, so that's all a person needs to understand.